My name is Vern Hoven.
And I'm Sharon Kreider, and we're here to help you with some questions and answers.
Are the employer portion of payroll taxes included in the eligibility to get loan forgiveness?
And the answer to that is no. Payroll costs do not include the employer's share of payroll taxes. They do include, in lots of definitions in Treasury FAQs and SBA interim final rules, salaries, tips, commissions. They're all limited to $100,000 annual, on an annual calculation. State and local employer payroll taxes, so that would be the unemployment insurance, group health insurance premiums, employee retirement plan costs, and the net profit for the self-employed is a payroll cost. All of that described in addition by the SBA and Treasury.
Have the necessity rules changed for PPP loans under $2 million?
All right, yes, they have. Yes. But first, I have to say that all borrowers still must certify in good faith that their PPP loan request, did I put too many P's in there? That the PPP loan request is necessary. So that's the necessity test. It's necessary. Specifically, before submitting a loan application, all borrowers should review their required certification that, and this is again in quotes, the current economic uncertainty makes this loan request necessary to support the ongoing operations of the applicant. Borrowers make this certification in good faith, taking into account their current business activity and their ability to access other funds. Now, that's from a Treasury FAQ 31. And then, and this is what's new, any borrower, together with its affiliates, that receive PPP loans with original principal amounts of less than $2 million will be deemed to have made the required certification regarding or concerning the necessity of the loan request in good faith. They've made it in good faith if it's less than $2 million. And again, that is out of a Treasury FAQ 46. So under $2 million, we are deemed to need the loan. Above $2 million, SBA has said they're going to audit for necessity, make sure there wasn't other money or other funds available.
This is a hard question for me. For the covered period, 8 weeks is now 24 weeks. I knew that. Can we pick something in between is what the student asked. Our PPP loan money will not last until week 24. Thus, we will likely need to lay off some employees maybe in weeks 15, 16, 17, 18. This also means that the FTEs will go down, which will affect our forgiveness calculation. It seems to the viewer that the borrower will want to stop the covered period before the business has to lay off employees. What's your comments on that?
All right, the 24-week period applies to all borrowers, but borrowers that receive their loan before June 5th have the option to use an 8-week period. The new interim final rule, that's SBA, says that if the borrower applies for loan forgiveness before the end of the covered period and has reduced salaries by more than 25%, they still have to count to the full 24 weeks. So it's the full 8 weeks or the full 24 weeks. Now, you can apply earlier for loan forgiveness, but the borrower forfeits the safe harbor provision allowing them to restore salaries or wages by December 31st and avoid reductions in the loan forgiveness. Now, what you've really asked, though, Vern, is can I stop and then lay off people afterwards, is what you've really asked about this. And that's not clear from the answers that are in the interim final rule. It's just that if you apply early, I know that reductions in salaries are a problem. I know that reductions in FTEs are a problem, um, but those reductions are at the time of forgiveness. I think you're going to need some help from your lender, because remember, all of these applications are going into the lender, and then the lender sends that application for forgiveness off to SBA. But if we are using the logic that you and I would like to use, Vern, and our viewer would like to use, then I think we apply earlier than the end of the 24-week period, hoping that we haven't reduced any FTEs during that period or any wages during that period, because we are forfeiting some safe harbor. So that's the answer. I'd say close it off early. You have nothing to lose on that, and then see what the lender does for you.